All right. Well, great. I think we're supposed to start with an opening prayer.
Right. Now that you mention it.
Yeah. So I can say it if nobody else wants to.
No, you're fine. Go for it.
Okay. Our dear Heavenly Father, we're very grateful for this day that we've had, and we're grateful for this technology that we have that allows us to meet together and to learn from this class. We ask you to bless us that we'll be able to stay focused and learn what we need to. And we love you, Father. We say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
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 Thank you.
No problem.
So did everybody do their preparation assignment already?
Yes, I did.
I sure did.
Questions on it?
It seemed pretty straightforward to me.
Yeah.
But,
first week might be the only week.
it's early on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'm sure we'll have much longer conversations in the future about
Absolutely. Math is not my strong point.
I was going to go back and read about the p-value.
Okay. Did you have questions on what that is, or?
I just remember reading it going, huh? What? And then I read through the material and I'm like,
All right, there we go. Yeah, the p-value didn't make much sense to me either, but I guess what they're saying is, at least what I think it is. So the definition says the probability that the result will be observed that is an extreme or more extreme observed. Assuming that the null hypothesis is true. I have no clue how to even.
I think what they are trying to say is if something is normal, would be normal, then when you do your analysis, if it's extreme one side or the other, that's your p-value.
Okay.
A plus or a minus p-value.
Gotcha.
Instead of the null, which is the normal.
Yeah, the status quo would be sitting somewhere in the middle.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
So,
okay.
You say, for example, if you were to do a study or survey and say that most people who go to the theater are going to sit in the middle, and then you actually go and you take, so you set your p-value there. And then you go and you find that most of the people actually sit on the left side or the right side. Then your p-value is going to be plus or minus because it's going to be extreme one side or the other.
Gotcha.
It's not going to be right in the middle. I think that's what it means.
That sounds like it makes sense.
I kind of think that's what they're trying to tell you there. It's based on whatever you either reject or accept as being normal.
Gotcha.
So I think anybody disagree with me there or agree with me?
I agree.
Sure, we'll all agree.
They didn't really go into a lot of detail on the p-values. They, did more on the
the 5 steps.
Right. Yeah, 5 steps in the samplings.
I feel like if we'll come to understand p-value when we actually have to use it, in anything.
What was that? I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, you're breaking up.
Yeah, sorry, my internet's stinky. I was just saying that I think it's something that will be easier to understand if we actually use it. Like, have to use it in a problem if you ever do.
Right.
Okay. There, that's it. Thank you.
All right, was there any other questions? Homework?
Not really. I mean, everything else seemed pretty straightforward. You know, going over the different ways to collect samples, the difference between experimental design and observational study. I mean, all that stuff's pretty simple.
Right.
Should we
So
go
I
over
still
the
don't.
questions on the preparation?
What's that?
Do you think we need to go over the questions on the preparation, or do you think we should pull up that quiz and take a look and see what they're asking for?
I think if everyone feels comfortable with what they learned in the individual preparation, it'd be fine to move on.
Does anybody have the quiz up? Because if you don't, I do.
I do not.
Okay, you want to know what the questions are, guys?
Sure.
Let's see if it will populate for me. I've got 3 screens running here, so hang on a second.
Multitasking, love it.
Okay, the first 2 questions are just, did you complete the preparation and did you participate in the group meeting? Okay, while you're required to work together on this quiz, each member of the group must submit his or her own answers in order to receive questions. Okay, first question is, researchers would like to determine if reviewing material consistently within an hour after class helps students perform better on exams than if students wait to review material the day before the exam. To answer these questions, the researchers are trying to determine if an observational study or an experimental would be more appropriate. They are discussing who the population would be and how they will determine which sampling method will best represent the population. Which of the 5 steps of the statistical process are the researchers currently applying? So out of those 5 steps, we've got to decide what are they currently trying to do.
Are they just designing the study?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah, that they're just designing the study. I'll be your guinea pig, guys. I'll actually submit this when we're done. Let you know. Got 2 chances. How's that?
That works.
Okay. All right, let's see here. A researcher has collected the results of the survey where the participants were asked how many hours of TV they watched each day. The researcher tallies the frequencies for each category and computes means number of hours watched. She then creates a histogram to help illustrate the overall distribution. Which of the 5 steps of the statistical process did the researcher apply?
Describe the data.
I think you might be right there, because she created the histogram to help illustrate the distribution.
And already collected the data.
So she had already collected it to make the histogram, right?
Right.
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 Okay, so yeah, I think you're right. It has to be describe the data.
Sweet.
And okay, Mumbai, India is a quickly growing city of importance in its own country, as well as the global economy. A marketing research firm has been asked by a prominent fast food restaurant to help determine if the citizens of Mumbai would support this fast food business. From a list of all registered taxpayers, 3,000 names are randomly selected. Each individual on the list is mailed a brief questionnaire. The researchers received 1,049 responses. The population is the 10,049 people who responded. The citizens of Mumbai or cannot be determined.
What does it say initially? They just said that you had 10,000 that responded, right?
It says you had, they sent out 3,000 they picked 3,000 individual randomly picked names, okay? And then each one of those were mailed a questionnaire, but they only got 1,049 back.
Okay.
So the population is, so
Is it
I
the
guess you're asking
3,000?
it, yeah, is it the 10,049 or is it all the citizens of Mumbai?
You mean 1,049, right? Not 10,049?
Yeah, what is it, 10,000? Yeah, 1,049. Or is it the citizens of Mumbai?
So the text says you will collect a manageable group of items called the sample from an entire of financial documents called the population. So it looks
Right.
like the population is the collection of all the financial documents. Would that just be all the citizens then?
Well, yeah, it's either going to be the 1,049 or this all the citizens, and I
No, it'd be all.
all of the citizens.
Your 3,000 is your population, right? Because
That's just the names that they sent out. They randomly picked the 3,000.
Right. And
Then they got 1,049 back. So the
I
population.
would think it would be all the citizens.
That's
Because
what
it's a
I-
sample.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the 1,049 is the sample.
Yeah, I think you're right there. So we'll try that one. Okay. By the way, there's a lot of questions on this.
Maybe we
Number
should all be
6.
doing it at the same time, huh? No.
You know what? If you want to pull it up, guys.
Or should
Yeah.
we, are we supposed to be doing the test on our own, or are we supposed to be doing it together?
I think we're supposed to. Okay, each member of the group must submit. Okay, while we're required to work together on the quiz, each member of the group must submit hers or her own answers. So that means, so we're working together on the quiz, but everybody has to submit this quiz.
So might as well have it pulled up now. And
Right.
That's what I'm
Yeah, you might
thinking.
be filling it in.
I lost 5 less than 100 of the second.
If you can double screen your computer, minimize this Hangouts, and, or make it smaller.
I just want to comment. So I use it with water. No cold water.
Maybe it's a couple of.
all right, are we ready to move on?
Almost.
Everybody
I'm
got it?
still getting there.
Okay.
Capital S? Are you locked out now? You're gonna get locked out.
Yeah, you should take your quiz with your group during your lesson 2 group meeting.
There we go. Sounds perfect. All right, I am finally inside of the quiz.
I think we were like 6 or 7. If you guys want to get down.
I'll tell you what, it looks like my questions are different than the ones we've answered.
So we'll get down.
Maybe they're mixed up.
Okay, okay.
Might have been the
Maybe
same
there's some more
in lesson 2.
perhaps. Lesson 2.
Yeah, I'm in lesson 2 homework quiz. Is that it?
No, it's
Group meeting.
Group meeting
Okay.
quiz.
That would explain the difference.
Be sure to write it down in that purple book right there. Okay, and that way, if you forget it again. Now I've got another computer running over here. I'm trying to help somebody log in. Did you get it?
Okay, group meeting quiz.
So number 3 was design the study, right?
Number 3.
Yes, I believe so.
Design the study, yes.
Yep. And then,
Number 4 was describe the data.
Okay, we said number 3 was design the study.
yep.
Okay, and number 4 was the collect data, or sorry, describe data.
Right.
And we're saying 5 was the citizens of Mumbai.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
It'll be a whole lot easier than me reading this.
Yeah.
And then 6 makes me think it's 1041, the first one.
Yeah, the sample
Yep.
was just the ones that responded.
Yep.
So everybody on 7 now?
Yes.
Yes.
Anybody want to read or just guess the answer when we're done?
Studies have shown that retention of classroom materials can drop as low as 58% within 15 minutes of class and within 44% after the first hour after class. This forgetting curve continues so that within 6 days, only 25% is remembered. How can a student conquer this forgetting curve? The researchers in this study claim that constant review is important. Suppose your teacher wanted to test this and invited you to participate in a study where you were asked to review specific material 15 minutes after class for 10 minutes, an hour after class for 10 minutes, and then again 2 days after class for 10 minutes. Your teacher then gives you a short 10-question quiz where you score out of 10 is recorded. What type of data is your teacher collecting? I would say categorical. Well, she's going to be collecting numbers of your test.
Yeah, so wouldn't that be quantitative?
Yeah, I'd go with quantitative.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
let's
deals
go with
with
that.
numbers. Everybody agree on that one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, who's reading it?
I will.
Okay.
If I don't break up. Studies have shown that retention of classroom materials can drop. Oh, it's just the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or is it?
What type of data are we collecting?
Last part is,
Oh, I see. After the 6th day, your teacher asks if you feel confident that you have retained at least 50% of the material. And then record your response as yes, no, not sure. What type of data is your teacher collecting? So that would that be categorical then?
that
Yes.
would be categorical. It's not dealing with any numbers or hard stuff like that.
Okay, I'll read the next one since I kind of cheated on that one. Oh, the next one's the same one too.
It's the same one, different thing at
works.
the end.
Your teacher also selects a group to give no review to the material over 6 days. The group is called the...
Control group.
Alright,
Hmm.
that sounds good to me.
Okay. Yeah. Are you guys ready for 10?
Yep.
Okay, which of the following would be considered an experimental design? A telephone poll asking people about whether or not they vaccinate their children, administering the tuberculosis vaccination to one group and giving a placebo to the other,
There it is.
That
a
one.
census, Which one?
Sorry.
Second one.
Oh, okay.
This is, by the time we get to the we're giving some to some and not to others, you're into the experimental.
The
Yeah.
administering is testing, experimental.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so we're saying the second one?
Right.
Yeah, it's just like that polio testing that they did back in the 50s.
Right,
Where they-
exactly. That's
Like polio to some and not to others. Yeah.
Right.
It was an experiment.
Well,
I know I was.
you're not.
Okay. Number 11. In a study to determine the average wage of working people in Mumbai, which of the following would be the best sample? Every 10th worker that you meet as you travel the streets of Mumbai, all of the workers in one working district of Mumbai, many randomly selected workers in each of the several working districts of Mumbai. All female workers. That would be good. I strike the last one.
I'd say the third one.
That's what I'm thinking, because
So
if
would
you
I.
have a whole bunch of different working groups and you pick different people out of each one of those working groups, then you're going to have a good cross.
Right.
Yeah, better sampling.
Mhm. Okay.
All right. So my turn.
Uh-huh.
You want to become the next Jonas Salk and produce a vaccine that will help cure children of respiratory RSV.
RSV.
You test the vaccine and compare it to a placebo and randomly choose one group of children to take the vaccine and one group to take the placebo. What or who are the experimental units or subjects? Children.
It's the children.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Sorry,
Those
kids.
poor
Okay, so what are the treatments? The vaccine and the placebo are the treatments.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Oh, 2 questions left.
All right, my turn. In 1992, the U.S. government supported a study that was run for 15 years where 4,608 low-income families were given a chance to move to less impoverished areas. They distributed vouchers and provided various support systems. Researchers wanted to determine if getting people out of poor neighborhoods would reduce the poverty level of U.S. citizens. The low-income families were randomly assigned to one of the following 3 groups. 1. The MTO Low Poverty Voucher LPV group, which received Section 8 certificates or vouchers usable only in low poverty areas with less than that 10% of the population below the poverty line in 1990, along with counseling and assistance in finding a private unit to lease. 2, the traditional voucher group, which received regular Section 8 certificates and vouchers, geographically unrestricted, and ordinary briefings and assistance from the PHAs, local public housing authorities. Or 3, the control group, which received no certificates or vouchers but remained eligible for public or project-based housing and other social programs to which families would otherwise have been entitled. This study was an observational study, experiment NEPA.
I think it was an observational. They gave everybody those things, but different people, different ones to see what would happen.
And then they
I don't know.
But they have
I would lean toward
a control group, so I would assume that it was an experiment.
I would lean towards the experiment. I mean, they're observing the experiment, but the observation is more of watching, where they didn't just watch, they set controls.
Yeah, they have parameters that they divided people into separate groups.
Right.
Okay.
So I would guess any type of controlling like that would fall under experiment.
I would lean with that same understanding.
Alrighty, and question 15.
I'll put them all in order.
Match the following. You said they're all in order?
No, put them all in order. Collect data is
Gotcha.
step 2.
Right.
All right, design is number 1. Describe the data is 4. The make is actually make 1, 2, 3. 4 is not. I'm okay. My numbers. Now
You
I'm all
got-
confused because I know.
Number one, Daniel.
Oh, there it's called 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is number 4 is make inference.
So it looks like
Right.
we have different numbers.
Okay, so Daniel
man.
can describe. Okay, so we've
Yeah.
got
So
As long as we
step
get them in
one,
right.
design the study. Step 2 is describe the data, whatever number that is for you.
Daniel can.
Step 3.
Ken is the step 2.
Yep.
Or step 2 is collect the data.
Yes.
That's what I meant.
Describe the data is 3.
Right.
And step 4
Step 4
is
is make.
Number 4 is make inference.
Step 5, take action.
Right.
All right. So then we just need one person to submit it and see how we did, and then we can go back and look at what we got wrong, if we did.
Okay, I know I've got 2 4s and I got to make a 5. Hold on. My make is step 4.
Yeah, I kind of
My
had two the same number. So I'll do it.
Yeah.
I'm brave.
Brave, I can submit 2. I don't mind submitting.
Okay, so I don't know what your orders went in. I went 5, 4, 3, 1, 2. I don't know what you did.
I went 5, 1, 4, 3, 2.
Yeah, I think we just had different numbers because mine's different.
How'd we do? Let's see.
Did you already submit?
I submitted. You guys will get one wrong if you submit.
Does it tell you which one's wrong?
No, I'm sorry. I got one wrong because I forgot to change it to the experimental when I was going with you guys. Yeah, I've got the steps wrong in 15 too. Ugh. Okay. You guys will get that one right. If you've got yours in the right order in number 15, I don't know why mine are not in the right order.
Oh, I had to
But-
double check mine because I had 2 of the same numbers.
Yeah.
I have mine's I have 100% on mine, so
Same
Okay,
here.
there you go. All righty. I'm the only one that messed this one up. That's fine.
It's a practice, right?
Yeah.
Take it twice, so.
Doing this for 2 attempts.
Oh yeah, so you can try one more time.
Awesome.
All
All
right,
right,
so
good deal.
we're done and we meet
So,
in a couple days.
Wednesday?
Yeah, we said Wednesday, right?
Right.
Wednesday for, is this
6:30.
time good or do you guys want to push it back or what?
Works for me.
Doesn't matter to me.
I'm game for whatever.
Okay. Alrighty. Sounds good.
All right.
Awesome. Well, I'll
Thanks.
submit this broadcast where it needs to go.
Alrighty. Thank you.
No problem.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Thank you.
Yep, we'll see you guys.
Bye, all. Have a good one.